Hey, what's up guys? I just got in the mail today the DC Universe Batman AZRAEL figure. So here we go. I think it's a really cool looking Batman. As you can see, he's got armor, very cool. Really nice paint job, really good articulation too. So I'll just talk about the good stuff and the bad stuff about the figure. And just for you guys who wanna the biography right here, you can pause it and read it. So just pause it and read it, guys. And here is the statistics. And there you go. Okay. So yeah, AZRAEL, freaking awesome figure. That's Boris in the background, so don't worry. So I'm trying out my new tripod here. It's a little mini tripod, so please bear with me. Alright, so man, where should I start? This figure is, for me, it's one of the coolest Batman's designs that I've seen in a long time. And I like it a lot. I like the design, I like the colors, and the figure itself, the engineering, the articulation is pretty good. Except for one minor thing, but I'll get into that later. Yeah, it's just a really nice figure. And let's talk about these soft rubbery material stuff. See, that's really cool because this doesn't hinder articulation for the arm, which is, you know, that's really nice. You know, that's a good thing, you know, because before, if they would make something like this, it would be just really stiff and you couldn't move your figure and stuff. Like right here, see, it's really stuff. So let's get into the articulation. Right. Okay, so let me just do a little turn around so you guys can see him, the figure, back and forward, all that stuff. Like I said it before, I really like the design of this Batman. It's just a really cool looking Batman. The color scheme, everything is just really nice, you know. The back is pretty cool too, I think. Those two little things attached to the back right there. So got a cool looking utility belt. So because it has good articulation in some parts, but a little bad in others. So let's start with his head. Okay, so because of his armor, he does have limitation on his head. So, but it still can move pretty well. He could look up pretty well, you can see. And since this is made out of like a soft plastic, it doesn't hinder a lot, but it does hinder a little bit. If they would have done this out of hard plastic, then it would have been like really impossible to move his head. But he can rotate his head okay, side to side. Looking down is pretty much non-existent. Looking up is pretty good. Like that. So that's the head articulation. His arms are on a ball joint. It can do 360, but it is hindered by his armor, and it can go in and out. He has an elbow joint. It's kind of interesting. It has a ball joint in there, so he has rotation, bicep rotation at the bottom right here, where the elbow is, and it's pretty good actually. I like it. You know, I mean, he is wearing armor, so kind of makes sense. He has pretty cool hands. They rotate right here, 360. And they also go back and forth on a hinge joint, so that's really good. So really nice there. Now here's where I was kind of disappointed, because I'm a big fan of the ab crunch joint, and basically he doesn't have that much articulation there. He has a little bit, as you can see. He just goes down, like even when he's down crunched, it looks like he's standing up straight. You see what I mean? But it does have a little bit of movement there. So, but it's very limited. And when I saw the pictures, I thought that this flap was made soft, so it wouldn't hinder the articulation here when you would do the ab crunch with the figure. But it doesn't even reach down there because you can't crunch that much. So I don't know what happened, but it does make sense here with the armor. It's soft, and if you want to pose him, you know, like with his arms up, it does, like, you know, bend a little and give him a little more freeway of movement right there. You can see. So, you know, I was kind of a little disappointed about that right here, but still, it's a really stunning looking figure, so it's not too bad, you know. And I got him for a great price on eBay, $10. So he has rotation at the waist, really good, 360. He has the regular joint, goes all the way forward and back. It goes in and out. He has a swivel right here, and this is really cool. He has a double jointed knee, so he has really good range, as you can see. Really good range. You could do some really dynamic posing like that. If you would have had the ab crunch joint better, it would have been more dynamic, but you know, what can you do? So, but it still looks really cool, you know. Just a really nice looking figure, you know. And lastly, his ankles here have the regular up and down swivel, and I think it has a little pivot here, but I can't, it's really stiff, so I can't really get any pivot off him right here. But I think he should have it, because a lot of these DC Universe figures have the pivot just kind of stiff on some. Yeah, so basically that covers his articulation. The paint job, like I said, I love it. It's a great paint job. It's really nice. Oh, this stuff right here, these fins, they're made out of a hard plastic, but the other part of his armor is made out of a soft plastic, like this part right here, and even this part right here, which was a good idea. It gives him more free movement on his head. And this right here, really soft, just a really soft plastic, which is really great. And yeah, just really nice figure from the DC Universe Wave 16 Bane series, the Bane Wave, the Batman Wave. That's how they're calling it. Almost forgot again. We're going to do a size comparison, so here we go. So let's put him next to his buddy Etrigan, see how together, and they're a pretty good size, almost the same size, I think. I think Etrigan is a little wider than Batman, but pretty good actually. Oops. Oh, that's one thing. This figure falls really easily. It has balance issues. So here you go. And let's try it with DC Classics oldie Bizarro. Here you go. It fell again. Move that again. He keeps falling. He keeps falling every time. So I'm used to it. It looks pretty tall with these fins next to Bizarro. Okay, can fix that up. So yeah, they're about the same size. One note, Bizarro has really cool. This is an old figure, and look how cool this ab joint works. See, goes more way down than the other guy. So I don't know why they can't just make them like that, you know? It's a big problem. What's the big deal? And let's see, next to a Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Iron Man. About the same size too. Looks a little beefier, Batman. And lastly, let's put him against Lobo. He's an 8-inch figure, giant Lobo. Let's put Lobo here. And, oops, sorry. And as you can see, Lobo is way bigger, way beefier. So they look good together there. And yeah, that's the size comparison, guys. See, take it there. See, I pushed them a little back so you guys can see. Looking pretty nice. So, just a really nice figure, guys. Really glad I got it. And I got it for a great deal, so it looks really nice in the collection. And you know, if you want to get a cool Batman, get this one. AZRAEL Batman from the DC Universe Wave 16, the Bane wave, the Batman wave. Okay guys, so talk to you guys later. I wanted to say that one day I hope they make the Frank Miller Batman from the comic book. I like the character so much that I actually drew a drawing. I intend to color this on Photoshop and maybe put up the video. But I love the version Frank Miller made up with, which is like a fully armored Batman, sort of like a anti-Superman suit that he wears in the comic book. It's called Frank Miller: The Dark Knight Returns, and it came out a long time ago, like in 1986. So I'm definitely a big fan of like different types of Batman. So I hope one day they actually make this in as a figure. You know, they did do one version of the Batman in the Frank Miller comic book, which was the regular one, and he's kind of like old because he's like 50 years old. But I just really like the one that he did, where at the end of the comic book, that is a fully armored Batman. So I might color this in Photoshop one of these days, or maybe even sooner than that. But yeah, I'm a big Batman fan, and you know, definitely love these figures, especially when they do a good one of the character, you know. So yeah guys, so I just wanted to talk about that